In this tutorial, we'll be going over creating the exterior walls for our Project 1, referencing the handout that was given to you earlier. Remember that this project is based on a residential template, and so that you'll need to make sure that you're using this residential template, or else you'll have some problems later on down the road. Before we begin any modeling, if we look at the handout and the specifications for the exterior walls, it says that they are a brick on 2x4 wood stud to be duplicated from the brick on wood stud wall. So to create the brick on 2x4 wood stud wall, I'm going to go to my wall tool first, and then into my type selector and find the brick on wood stud wall. Here I'll then edit its type and duplicate it and give it a name of brick on 2x4 wood stud. Remember, that just changes its name. It does not physically change the structure of the wall. The only change that we're going to make is in the structure tab, and we're going to edit that, edit the assembly, and change the structure of the wall from a 5.5 thickness to a 3.5 inch thickness, and say OK. We now have a new wall that's been created called brick on 2x4 wood stud that we'll be modeling with to create the exterior of our walls. In the options bar, I'm going to go ahead and set the unconnected height of these walls to begin with to 10 feet. And then I will begin modeling at the back left corner of the project. Referencing the dimensions on the handout, that back wall is 56 foot long. I'm also going to, before I model, come here to the location line of my wall in the options bar and change that to finish face exterior, so that the dimensions that I'm putting in will be to the exterior faces of my walls instead of the center lines. I'll pick my first point right here and move my mouse, type in 56 and hit enter, and I will get a wall that is 56 foot long. If my chain option is not selected, that will be the end of my walls, and I'll have to pick a start point and an end point again. But if I select chain in the options bar on this next one, I can come down the right side of the building, which is 44 feet, type that in, and I can continue on, whereas I couldn't before if that chain selection was not made. The garage is 23.6, and here I come to the left side of the garage, and I don't have a dimension there for me to use, and that's okay. I can either do some math in my head, or if you prefer, just hit escape once or cancel and come out here to this back corner where we do have a dimension, and I will come in and be making that wall on the left side. That's 29.6. One thing I want to point out here, though, is that if I just begin with that outside corner, notice where my location line is, and that's the cyan colored dashed line. It's on the inside of my home. I'm going to hit my space bar to flip that over so that I'll be having the brick on the outside of my house instead of the inside. And then that will be 29.6, and I will come across the face of the house at 25 feet, step back in the entryway, 2.6, then I'll be using my snaps to then do that 7.6 and then snap it out here to the outside corner. If I right mouse click and cancel a few times, I'll get out of that wall tool. Now if I want to see more detail inside the walls, right now the walls are just represented by two lines, outside and inside. I can come down here to my view control bar and turn up the detail level. And so I'm going to make my detail level fine right now. And then I'll be able to see all the layers inside of my wall. And then next to that is my visual style, and I'll make that consistent colors so that those walls stand out a little bit more. This concludes the video showing you how to lay out the exterior walls of Project 1.